I'm Aubrey.
And I'm Amy.
Let's discuss.
Hello.
Hello.
Should we? What's it called?
Sound of the day.
Sound
Should we
of the
just
day.
launch into sound of the day?
Yeah, I don't usually. Why am I like blanking on what we usually do at the beginning of the episode? Hi, I'm Aubrey.
And I'm Amy, and we're on Patreon. Please check out our Patreon. The link will be here on the screen because of our amazing editor. And for a low price of $5 a month membership for our account, you're going to get access to our couch karaoke videos.
So professional and well done.
Amazing singing by us. And also some extra food reviews and some other behind the scenes footage that we'll add from time to time. So check us out. And thanks for your support. We're like, what are we doing?
like,
Who are we? Where are we? What day is it? What's
all right.
the year?
Ready? Sound of the day.
Sound of the day. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Similar sentiment.
Got some spit and I caught in the wrong pipe. Yeah. Same thing. For both of us. Yeah.
Yep.
I went to UCLA this morning and I just.
Yeah, you got
I
up
had a
all
nice
early.
tan. Yeah, I had a nice tan with my friend and we got some coffee and some kava, which was very nice. Very grateful for this morning. And I also started the artist way, so was doing some journaling. I did my morning pages.
Peace out, man.
I feel like I'm off to a good start. And I also took an everything shower and I just rinsed my hair and I really needed it. And now I'm all refreshed.
Oops, sorry.
So yeah.
Well, that's very nice. You had a lovely day. I had a little.
Yeah, and we met with my manager this morning too.
Yeah,
for
we had a little
music.
lunch with Aubrey's music manager.
Love him.
Which leads us
And
into
Henry
our
Greens.
topic of the day. Today,
Dun dun dun.
we're going to
gonna
talk about music. But before that, we have to do our snack
Snack
review.
of the day. I'm excited for this.
I'm excited too, because this is a new thing that I saw in Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's.
Yeah. You know
Saw
how
it
we
in
are
Trader
about Trader
Joe's.
Joe's if you've watched our other episodes.
We're a little obsessed with Trader Joe's.
Yeah, we
and there's
are.
one right by our house, so it's very easy for us to access way too many snacks.
Yes.
But this falls into the snack category. Today we are trying the Thai style yellow curry flavored potato chips. Ooh.
And I love yellow curry.
She does. When we have Thai food, that's always her like go-to curry.
Thai food and Filipino food, specifically more Filipino food, I love eating yellow curry. It's my fave.
Korean, well, everybody has their version of yellow curry,
Yeah,
but
and it's
Koreans have,
always
I don't say
delicious.
everybody, but Koreans have really good yellow curry. Japanese have, oh my God, love Japanese curry.
Yeah, all the Asian cuisines mostly have a
Ooh,
good
Japanese curry. Oh. It's very curry.
There's a lot of seasoning on the chips too. Okay.
Oh my God, I got a really big one.
Oh boy.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
It's sweet.
It really does taste like Thai curry. I don't know if it tastes like yellow curry though. It tastes like a cross between yellow and Penang or something.
I'm giving it a 7.5 out of 10. What about you?
Oh, what are you giving it?
7.5.
I mean, it's a 10.5. I'm like, wow.
7.5.
Yeah, give it a 7. It's really good. I don't know that I would buy it very often though, because it's a lot. It's very specific.
But if these are lying around, I'm watching TV, these shall be eaten.
Yeah, and they've got a kick. They're not like spicy, but if you're not used to spice, they do have a little bit of a kick. So just don't say I didn't warn you, okay?
It's really not that much though.
I'm now having a Coke Zero. Don't judge.
Why?
I don't know. Some people are like, oh, I never drink artificial sweetener. No, I mean, I know this is just a can of carcinogen, but you know what? This whole country is a can of carcinogen.
YOLO.
So yeah, today we're going to talk about music. Like
Music.
many aspects of music. Aubrey is like at the beginning of her journey into music,
Yeah, I'm at
artistic
the very beginning.
career.
Yeah.
I have a degree in music, actually in music ed. And we both are musical lovers. We're both musical theater performers and singers. Aubrey is going to her first big music festival this week. The big one.
In 2 days, guys,
Coachella.
I'm going to Coachella. And by the time this is posted,
She'll have been.
I will have experienced Coachella. I'll report to you on that in the next episode, probably.
Yeah, I'm excited for you. I think you're going to have an
I'm really
amazing
excited.
time.
And I'm going with a friend who's gone multiple times, so.
Oh, she has?
Oh, yeah, Sienna's gone, like, maybe, like, 2 or 3 times now.
Oh, wow.
So that's why I'm like, okay, like I feel like I can go and like, you know what I mean? Like
She knows the
get me right.
ropes.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
She knows
that'd
where
be
everything
nice to
is.
know.
She has like, there's a Coachella app for like all the different times that people are performing.
There really
on the
is an
different
app for
stages.
everything.
So I was like, oh, there's an app. She's like, yeah. And so we've been planning.
Cool.
I'm scheming.
Aubrey's been getting her outfits together,
They're
her
bad.
supplies.
They're not that good. I like really tried to try this year, but I'm like, who knows? Maybe like tomorrow before I go, I'll just like get my shit together somehow last minute. But we shall see. That might not happen.
You know, that's fine.
But I've got all the things that I feel like I need. Shoe insoles, hand sanitizer, little mini electric fan, things of that nature. So,
Figuring out water situation, hydration.
Me and Sienna, we've been seeing the people online doing like their Coachella predictions because there's always so many guests that get brought out. And
Yeah.
stuff. And so we're doing our Coachella predictions video today on what we think is gonna happen. And the thing is, I've never been to Coachella, so I'm like, I don't know, like I'm not really expecting anything. But then I thought more into it, and I'm like, okay, I don't know who Justin Bieber's gonna bring out. That's who I'm really curious about because he'll probably bring out multiple people.
Is Billie Eilish performing?
No, maybe
he'll bring out Billie Eilish.
That was my thought because I know
That's
that
my
they
guess.
have a good relationship with each other. But yeah, I would love that. I know FK Twigs is playing, and I really want to see FK, and I Sumi, I want her to bring out Northwest. Kanye's. Because they just had a song together.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'd be interested to see Northwest perform.
How old is she now?
She might be like 14.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah,
so young.
she's like.
I was gonna say she's not that old. Like how?
She's been making like. Okay, everybody sue me. I think her music is low-key really good.
All right, I have to check it out. I've never heard it.
Like she definitely takes after her father in that aspect of music, and I think she's producing it herself too. And I'm like, wow, like I'm 18 and I couldn't do that,
Well, she may have had like some money to throw at it, so.
True, and somebody perchance.
I can tell you anything that we've learned about the music industry so far, because so for those of you who don't know, Aubrey's music artist name is Frances Anderson, and she has a deluxe EP that's out. You can stream it on all of the music streamers. Maybe a little biased, but it's really fucking good. She's a very talented singer-songwriter.
I appreciate it.
Yes, she's being modest. It's good. It's good. But if we've learned anything about this foray into music with you, because we went in just really not knowing a lot about the music industry, it is very different from being an actor. I'm giving you a full knee show right now.
I think nepotism is involved in both of them, but they're both very different.
Hugely.
Yeah.
Music is, it's harder. And I will say that...
You really think it is?
I think it is... Well, okay, harder is maybe not the word, but here's what I really think, is that to make it in music, if you have money to throw at it, your
everything you want. Like,
your opportunity just skyrocketed. And I mean, I think they're just, okay, so here we are with like in my day and in your day, but that's part of why we do this podcast, to just kind of compare and contrast what things are like when I was growing up to what you're dealing with now. When I was a kid, radio stations were everything. There wasn't streaming. There wasn't the internet. And so you used to be able, as an artist, like ride your bike with your demo in hand, like a cassette tape or, eventually like a CD or like, CD-ROM of your music and drive up to a local radio station and literally like drop it off and ask the DJ, like, could you please play this, even if you play it in the middle of the night or whatever. And people would actually sometimes get their music played and then they'd get a local following and then they'd perform and blah, blah, blah. Stuff like that that doesn't happen anymore. Now it seems to be like if you have money to throw at marketing, people think like, oh, well, you just like put a song on TikTok and it gets like goes viral, you've got it made. And in the earlier days, we were just talking about that at lunch, earlier days of social media, that definitely happened to some people. And not like thousands, though. It was
that's
like
how many of artists who are now popular or who were popular in the 2020s came to be, was through social media and just posting music in their rooms. And sometimes that's still true for people, for like a handful of people to this day.
But it's rare. It's not
really
common.
Rare. And even when you think somebody might come from like, not necessarily humble beginnings, but like more like, oh, this person just came across my feed magically. No, they didn't.
No,
They
there
have
is an
paid
algorithm
to get on your feed. people, and I know this because I've also been paid by certain people to use their audios.
Yes.
And like, here's the thing: I don't think there's any shame in it at this point. I mean,
I don't think it's common knowledge to
It's
people
not
outside of
common
the
knowledge to the
industry. People
public.
inside of the industry know it's very common to know that, yeah, there are huge campaigns that artists,
Mm-hmm.
if they have money to throw at it, or if they have a label behind them that throws money at it, they will spend tens of thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars
Yes.
to get those sounds into the social media algorithm. So that you feel like, oh wow, I'm hearing people post a song all over. Well, there's a reason. It's not just because
Yeah.
like a couple people liked it and kept reposting it.
So much of the money that
They plant the
labels
seeds.
spend is not necessarily on making the album itself, but marketing the album.
Yeah.
Doing these sponsored posts, getting it in certain commercials, paying other TikTokers who have niche followings and bigger followings as well to use these sounds. Like, for example, and like, I'm not trying to like air anybody out right here. I just think there's no shame in it because this is how the industry works. And even if you are bigger, you still run these campaigns. And for example, I did a Renee Rapp sound. I think I got paid to use the song, I Think I Like You Better. Whatever that song is, like the
Oh my god, I thought Renee was in the room. What?
Yeah, literally.
Okay.
Wow, that sounded so good. No, like the Across the Effing Country song. Yes. Also, I love Renee Rapp. She's super duper cool. I saw her in concert this year. She was amazing. I got paid to use that sound, and then I saw somebody else get paid to use that sound. Probably, I was like, it seems like the same situation, right? And then I looked in the comments, and then someone was like, well, she obviously got paid to use that sound. And then there was like a chain of people being like, no, she didn't. She just used the song because Renee Rapp is popular. Like Renee Rapp doesn't need that. And it's like, well, you've been fooled because every artist that you know has done this probably.
Yeah. I mean, unless they're already like so gigantic famous and they don't actually need it. It is music industry. It is a business just like anything else. Acting is a business.
And it
Music
doesn't
is a
mean
business.
the music isn't good.
Yeah,
It's
it doesn't take away
it's
from
just
their
the music that's
artistry.
being marketed the right way. And
But we're all,
paid to
everybody
market.
is selling. No matter what your industry is, we're all selling what it is we're putting out, whatever product it is. And if you're a musician, your product is yourself and your music. And yeah, that is a big part of people who make it have money to put toward marketing. And if you don't have a budget for that, it is exponentially harder for you to make it. Not to dump on Northwest or anything like that, but I'm pretty sure that she didn't like start a GoFundMe to get her songs out there, right?
She definitely had help, but I'm saying
I'm sure she had help.
She has even
But that doesn't take away from if she's talented and has good
Yeah,
songs. That's not what I'm saying
a
at
lot
all.
of the times it doesn't take away from creativity. In my book, I was reading, well, I think money makes a difference in this too, but also this is sometimes audacity helps more than talent to become big in the industry. If you are a bold person, I don't know why I just thought of this. I was like, audacity and money can give you like fame and you don't have to be incredibly talented.
Yeah, or some people would refer to that as the it factor. There actually used to
Yes,
be a reality
it
show
factor.
called the It Factor. There is 100% an it factor that anybody who is in the public, who has a career that would be serving in the public eye, and that goes for music, acting, theater, politics. I mean, anything where people are watching you, consuming what you say, what you think, what you do, there is a level of charisma that has to be there. And that's why we sometimes see people who don't seem really all as talented sometimes, who just make it. You know, I'm not going to name anybody, but there are definitely celebrities who can think of, musicians or actors who are like, why did that person make it? They're really not that good. Well, you know what? I'm telling you, I've met people who are like famous who are not really that like talented, but when you meet them in person, you feel it. There is an energy there that they exude,
And
that is
times,
that
if you
charisma and
ask
that it
them,
factor.
I think, like, for example, Lady Gaga, who is incredibly talented and does have an it factor, she has both.
Yeah.
She's like, she said it in an interview where she's like, oh, I knew this was the only way I was going to be famous. I knew I was going to be famous. Like, most of these people who have the it factor kind of have this knowing about it. Mm-hmm. Like,
Well, and I've always said if I liked people more, I don't dislike people. I'm more of an introvert, so like me having to like socialize a lot can be difficult. But if I were more of an extrovert, I would have been a really good manager because I've called several people's careers in the early days, like several where I saw them at the very beginning before they were
Bo
like
Burnham, Ali
nobodies. Like nobody had heard them, like literally like the first year they were on stage kind of thing. And I've been like, that person will be famous. That person will be. I mean, I remember it. And
No,
like,
she be calling that shit.
oh yeah. Ali Wong for sure. I did a show with her in San Francisco the first year she was doing stand up. And like, no offense, Ali, but like she was not very funny. But she had that it factor.
You know, it's
nobody's
like,
funny
like
when they
first
first start doing comedy. Just trust me.
It
Nobody's
takes
super
practice.
good. It's like any other art skill, like you have to practice it. She wasn't like horrible, but like you could tell she was very green. She was new. But I turned to the comedian who I was hanging out next to me, and we had been doing comedy for several years at that point. I said, that girl moves to LA, she's going to be a star. And he's like, what? And I'm like, watch it happen. And it did.
And it happened. And
yes,
also,
and it
beef was incredible.
yeah, Bo
Anyways.
Burnham, same thing. Oh, you know, another person who I called out was Jen Colella, who's like a Broadway star.
Yeah.
Like she was the pilot in the original cast of Come From Away, and incredibly talented. But
Did you know-
I knew her. She did stand up for a while here in LA before anyone knew her as like a Broadway star. I didn't even know she was a singer when I met her, but I remember watching her on stage. And again, like not the funniest comedian I'd ever seen in my life. She was good, but like she was kind of newish to comedy. And I remember though, like seeing her like a handful of times in town and being like, that girl's gonna be a huge star.
Did you know Ken Jeong before he was famous, or did you kind of meet like?
Yeah, I mean, we had been doing comedy for about the same amount of time,
Yeah.
but same thing. Ken, I knew he would be famous. Randall Park, I knew he was going to be famous. Joe Coy, I knew all those. But like, I mean, you definitely can feel it. Like if you're around entertainment and you're around entertainers, you get a sense for like, okay, this is somebody that is consumable. You know what I mean? Like that the masses will take to this person because of their personality and the energy that they exude. Like there's a definite it factor. And there are times where people are wrong, where you feel like, oh, why that person? But then all of a sudden they're like, wow, that person's insanely talented. But yeah, I think that there's a knack that some people have for that, of spotting it. And I don't know necessarily. I mean, because there are a lot of like really delulu people who think they have it and really feel it in their bones, like, oh, I'm going to be a star.
Look at the
I'm
X Factor.
And then they're just
Like the fails. Like
there is a level of delusion though that's really out there.
but
I've seen
hey, your delusion will get you somewhere, I will say.
The B-roll of the X Factor, yeah.
But if you really have it and your delusion, like if you can actually do what do what you want to do, like you're talented at it, and if you convince yourself and you're delusional, it'll definitely get you somewhere. Better than being not confident and
Yeah, but
insecure
the being
and-
delusional part is actually not having the talent and thinking you do.
Yeah, but I guess the delusion is like, you know, I'm gonna be famous one day. You know what I mean? That kind of delusion. That
Yeah, if you don't mind being famous for the wrong reasons, then for like reasons other than being talented, that happens all the time.
Many not
That happens a
famous-
lot nowadays with social media, a lot.
many not famous people are talented.
I would say there are way more not famous
Yeah,
people who are
I would
talented.
say so too.
Well,
So
so
that's
that
what I'm
goes back to the
saying.
thing I was saying about money. There are so many artists who don't have the money to promote themselves, who are wildly, wickedly talented. Adele Dazeem. Like that girl's really talented, but Gazelle Dazeem,
Yes.
Adele, but who don't have the money to put toward marketing, and they'll probably never get discovered, you know,
Yeah.
because it's having that leg up, and we see it in any line of business, where you know it happens in like business, like corporate kind of business, like. Nepotism happens all the time there. Families, people who come from rich families, and parents who taught their kids how to be in business and how to be business people and business minded or financially savvy or whatever. They always are going to have a leg up too over people who came from no money. Money really does make a difference in any line of business, which is unfortunate
does.
that we can't just like, I'm talented, I should be able to make it. But if that were the case, then like we'd have way too many stars. So I don't know.
It does, but also you shouldn't stop creating because you don't have the funds.
Yeah,
See what
and
I'm saying?
creating isn't about being famous. It shouldn't be about being famous anyway, in my opinion.
Yeah. I was the book that I'm reading. I'm like the artist way, but she kind of the author views creating kind of as this thing that's a part of your spiritual body and like you need it for your spiritual body to live. Like it's kind of like breathing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Life is kind of like you will be dull if you don't. You should create because you need to. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I remember we were shooting like this little clip it thing or short film the other day in this field, and the camera guy was like, I don't know why I just keep fucking making things, man. And I'm like, it's because you need to. That's why you keep creating things and making things like this. You know what I mean? Like
It's the same thing of like having a calling. Mm-hmm. If you feel that you are meant to do it, you can't deny it, you know?
Yeah. I'm sure there's going to be bumps and roads that are definitely going to make you want to stop. But
yeah.
Yeah.
I often feel like my issue is that I have too many interests and it's hard to focus in.
Yeah.
That happens to me a lot. I feel like I get that's just my ADHD. I think my undiagnosed ADHD. But there are just so many things my whole life. I was like, oh, I want to do this and I want to do that. Oh my gosh, Ruby, do not knock over that camera. I swear to God.
Oh man. I know our dog is like.
If camera one suddenly crashes to the ground,
well, you'll know why, ladies.
Well, it wasn't us. It was this other living thing that's in our house. Oh, she's gonna get comfy and take a nap. She's right in front. She's right here, in front of me. But like sometimes I feel like a little spread too thin, where it's like, all right, Amy, you need to focus. And then I also have the issue, and this is also very ADHD. I get bored easily. So I might really lock in on something and be obsessed with it. And then like I'll get to a point where I'm like, I'm sick of doing this. I want to do something else.
I feel like I kind of get like that too.
Yeah.
Especially with artists. Like that I listen to, I'll go like crazy obsessions, and then it's like, whatever.
Yeah, whatevs. Like because I've had like this lull with stand up, where I've actually, I've been a stand up since 1997. It's a long time, and it was my bread and butter for a long time. It's how I made a living before I had Aubrey, and then I still was doing stand up after she was born. And then I stopped being on the road after she started Modern Family. Maybe the second year after she was in Modern Family, I'm like, I can't do both anymore. Be on set with her all the time and go on the road. So I was just still performing locally, but over like kind of since the pandemic, it's been spottier and spottier. And over the last year and a half, I haven't been on stage at all as a stand-up. I don't think at all. And so I'm just now, after that long break from it, thinking of going back. But it's weird, like it's hard when you take a long break from something, even like a short long break. Mm-hmm. It's hard to go like, okay, I'm going to get back on the saddle sometimes.
That's why sometimes I feel like I regret after Modern Family stopping doing auditions. But the thing is, I get so hard on myself about that kind of stuff, but I was literally 13. I can't be like, you should have done this. And I mean, my mom like told me like, you should probably just keep auditioning. And I was like, I don't want to. And then because she's not an abusive parent, she let me stop. And so
you will audition.
And so maybe it is weird. Like, and then I decided a few years later to keep auditioning, and who knows what it would have been like if I had just kept going.
Yeah, but also if you had forced yourself to keep going just because I told you to, or if I had kind of forced you, you wouldn't have gotten better because your heart wouldn't have been in it. That's you might have had like more comfort in the room or on tape or whatever, but like I don't know. When you're like 12, 13, 14, 15, like no one can tell you anything.
It's true.
You know what I mean? Like there are abusive parents who are like, you are going to do this and you're going to do it. And like there are kids who show up and they just do it because out of fear. But like we're not that way, and you and neither of us responds to tough love well at all.
No,
we are not
very
like
sensitive person.
That's how we both are, like personality wise. Like if somebody's like, you're gonna do this and you're gonna like it, and you're gonna, and then later like be like, oh, I'm so grateful you forced me. No, we're not like that.
I feel like maybe I could be like that now, but like when I was a kid.
Oh, there'd be so much crying though. Are you kidding? You still so much crying. There would be so much crying, you guys.
Yeah, but I might have that sense of like.
This is good for me and I should just do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe a little more because you're just more mature and you could just suck it up and deal with it.
Yeah.
But you still would be a lot of crying.
I'll cry over damn anything, man. Like,
There's something she does not like or is upset about. There will be crying.
yeah, I cry like at least 4 times a week, if not once a day.
Really?
Like
every week, you think?
I cried yesterday.
About what? You did?
I cried on, I cried on Friday. What happened on Saturday? What did I do Saturday?
I think the last time I cried.
Yeah.
The last time I cried was watching like a Instagram reel or something, but
no, that I don't even.
No,
count
I
as, like,
cried
crying,
watching the
but I
astronauts.
do.
You guys, come on. Did you watch the astronauts where they announced how they wanted to name the craters? I'm talking about the NASA astronauts.
No.
Oh, they went around the moon. There's 4 of them, and they're just like amazing. And they basically were announcing there are 2 discovered craters, and that they were putting out their suggestions for what they wanted to name them. And one was named after the name of the ship, and then the other one was named after one of the astronauts whose wife passed away from cancer. They wanted to name it Carol, and the guy who was reading their note, he like started to cry, and then the astronaut was like, they were like hugging each other. I'm like, did you watch it? That's the last time I cried, was like yesterday. I cried at the astronaut video, but it wasn't because I was like, oh, my life or my friend or my career. I probably cried a little bit talking to the SAG rep about her insurance the other day. That was very stressful. That was more like stress crying. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
We're losing our insurance. Thanks, SAG.
Okay, let's not shit on SAG right now.
That's a whole thing. They're not going to take your awards away because we're losing our
back.
insurance.
No. Okay.
Plus, it's my insurance. It's not yours. You're on my insurance.
I know.
But Aubrey doesn't even
It's
qualify for insurance.
crazy.
This is going to be a whole other episode about me being mad about the
talk about this.
about
Yes.
me being mad
Because,
at the union.
Um,
I love the union, but I also
you would
like
think
fuck you, union.
for working for the union for years that maybe they would let me keep my health insurance, but no.
No. And again,
But no.
classic digression
And I
on
get-
let's discuss, but
Yeah,
like
and I get my residuals through them, but no. Yep.
you wouldn't even imagine how much she pays in union
No.
dues and then doesn't qualify
Like-
for health insurance.
Ooh.
It's criminal. It is highway robbery, and it is criminal. And SAG, who's our president? I was going to say Aston Martin. That's not your name. What's your name? Oh my God. It's Sean Astin. I knew I had the Aston part. Sean Astin, love you, but like, dude, like we need to do something about that. The reason is because on sitcoms, the amount of money that you earn in residuals is capped toward your earning toward insurance at $15,000 in a given year. $15,000. And the other unions don't cap their residuals, like the Directors Guild, stuff like that. So I think it's wrong because a lot of people who were on very, very successful TV shows, not just sitcoms, but other types of shows too, that made millions and millions of dollars for the networks and the union, they paid in dues, because your dues are based off of how much you earn. So if you make a lot of money, you pay more. What a concept. United States. So so people who earned a lot of money paid a lot of money in dues and continue to pay a lot of money in dues based off of the high residuals that they earn. But because they cap the residual earning, you're still paying high dues into your union, but don't get insurance from your union. And that is not okay. So Aubrey's been on my insurance for years, and now because the industry is like kind of doo-doo here in California, I had a really bad year last year, and we will lose our insurance to the end of June. So anyway, that's our big sob story. Might have cried about that a little bit the other day talking to a SAG rep on the phone.
Let's hope I don't break my leg in June.
Yeah, let's just hope that because hopefully we'll qualify back again for the next quarter that would start in October 1st. So between the end of June and the beginning of October 1st, nothing can happen to us. No, we'll get like some kind of we'll either get COBRA insurance, which is like temporary coverage until you requalify, or have to get like Covered California. You know how expensive? It's going to be like 5.5 times more money than what we're paying right now to get covered like that. So anyway, again, in our classic style of Let's Discuss, we have digressed. But back to music.
What were we on? Oh, were we just talking about
money?
We
were talking about money. God, it's hot. Are you hot? It's hot in here.
I'm like, It's a little bit warm.
Am I having a hot flash?
That.
What's happening? I'm not having a hot flash. I just am hot though.
It's like mid.
I have to burp. I'm sorry. It's the Coke.
Who is your favorite artist?
Okay, so if you had to pick, like, there was only one artist, you could listen to their entire body of music, but only one artist or band or individual or band for the rest of your life. And it could be from any genre, country, pop, rock, classical.
I'm choosing the Beatles. Like,
the Beatles is a solid choice. I mean, a lot of people don't like the Beatles and whatever. They can take a flying leap, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you're just wrong.
So, yeah, I'm choosing the Beatles because they have so many different albums that have different vibes.
Yeah, and that's one thing how we were just saying when we were walking home from lunch.
Everything.
Well, how we were walking home from lunch, we were saying like specific artists and specific bands, like they all have like a same kind of sound, and almost all their songs sound like very similar. Like they have a very typical sound that's unique to them, and where they're
not a bad thing at all.
Which is not a bad thing, and that's just how it is. If you're a songwriter and that's how your kind of ear like goes or whatever. But the Beatles, the body of music that they wrote in such a short period of time as such young men, in only, what was it, 10 years they were together?
Yeah.
And the diverse nature of their songwriting from beginning to end. I mean, there isn't one specific sound. There's a very John kind of sound. There's a very Paul kind of sound. There's a very George kind of sound. But even then, like within album to album, and even within each album, there are such different styles because of the diversity, the type of writing within just the four of them. And then like the different phases they went throughout that short period that they were together. It's pretty, I think that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I think their spirituality had a lot to do with that too.
Yeah, later on in the later years.
Yeah, in the later albums. And that's what I'm saying, like, there's such a contrast in all their albums, I feel like, which I like so much. I can never get sick of listening to the Beatles. Yeah. Yeah,
it's a solid choice. I might go Beatles too.
I'm trying to think if you were to do not a band, but an artist, what would you choose?
Individual artist?
Let me look on my Apple Music right now.
Oh my God.
I'm curious.
Ooh, I mean, I feel like some people would pick like Bob Dylan. I'd get really sick of that fast. I like Bob Dylan, but
I don't know if I could do that.
Billy Joel.
I might also be choosing Billy Joel as well.
Because again, like so many options, right?
So many options.
I mean, such a span. Or Elton John, maybe. Such a span, like somebody who's got years and years of songs that really varies from beginning, middle, end. So you have a lot of variety.
Yeah, Billy Joel's great. There's upbeat, there's sad. You've got
who else?
I want to throw Michael Jackson in there, but I feel like, and I love Michael Jackson's voice. I think I might get a little bit annoyed.
I might get a, what about elephants?
What about us? Okay.
It's my favorite Michael Jackson lyric. What about elephants?
What about the elephants?
What about elephants? And the fact that I didn't even know that was a lyric until what were we watching?
Is it like the crying elephants, or is it like what about the whales? Yeah.
I didn't even know that lyric was in that song. The Earth song?
You let us know.
I think it's the Earth song. Song for the Earth or Earth song or something.
Yeah.
But all right. Well, we have some solid choices there. Let's hope that never happens. That we have to pick one artist.
When you were what inspired you to go to school for music?
The honest truth, because I didn't think I was good enough at anything else. And did I end up working in music? No, I did not. I mean, not directly. I've always sung or done something musically, but it hasn't been the focus of my career. It's been comedy and acting. But yeah, I was not a good student in school because I get bored very easily. I think we just mentioned that a while ago. I get bored really easily. I'm sure I just have like really horrible ADHD, but it wasn't diagnosed back then. You know, like only kids who are like hyperactive and stuff like that got diagnosed.
It's also different within girls than boys.
Yeah,
you know,
and we just didn't know a lot about it back then in the 70s and 80s. It wasn't like it wasn't common to like talk about neurodiversity and stuff like that. So school was a struggle for me sometimes because even though I was really intelligent, I just listening to people talk, like it would just make me like zone out. I would get bored really easily. I just hated paying attention to subjects that I wasn't interested in. And so I would just kind of waltz in and do like the tests and get like a C or something and then just be like good enough. So then I would just pass my classes with like, you know, B's, C's, D's, like whatever I could like pull off. And then but I never studied for anything. I didn't. If I had studied, I probably could have been like a really, really good student. But I hated studying because I didn't care about the subjects, and I just couldn't care about my grades. I was like, whatever. I just don't give a shit. Like it's not important. So yeah, so I just like I phoned it in most of the time. I did like what the bare minimum, and I graduated with probably like a C+ average. I was like right in the middle of my graduating class, and like. Which is pretty good for never cracking a book. That's not bad. But yeah, so by the time I was looking at colleges and stuff, the only thing that I really liked was music. And I probably would have liked theater. I would have liked acting, except for I always auditioned for the school plays and I never got in.
#racism.
I think there was some racism there. And not even that like it was necessarily even racism back then, but I just think that the guy that was like the head of the theater department, I just wasn't one of his favorites, you know? And also I was one of, you know, only a handful of kids of color where I grew up. And I don't think back then they really could see people of color in different roles, you know? Yeah. Like now, like every high school, they just like people are cast all colors in any roles, even genders and stuff now. But like back then it was like, whatever, there's no Asian people in The Sound of Music. You can't be in this show, like that kind of attitude. Yeah. So, yeah, I just really... I'm sure I would have loved theater. I didn't get into theater until after college.
But yeah, my mom's been in many musicals now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Mm-hmm. It's nice that we have similar interests. It'd be hard if we didn't.
I know. I've often said to her, I'm like, man, if you were like born like a kid who was like, I want to play soccer, I'd be like, oh, great. Nothing against people who play soccer, but we are not sports people. I'm not sports people, and I never discouraged her from doing sports, but I used to be like, please don't ask me if you can do sports. Please, please, please. And she really didn't, except for the 1 year you asked to do gymnastics, and then you quit it. So I was really happy. That and horseback riding, and she quit that too.
I quit that, but I would happily do that again if I
know, and I really don't want her to, because I would like for you not to be in a wheelchair. So, not that there's anything wrong with being in a wheelchair. But, like, I don't think anybody wishes their child to be in a wheelchair.
Nobody wants their child to get injured permanently.
Yeah, I had a really bad accident on a horse when I was, like, 15 or 16. And I'm very lucky that I'm not in a wheelchair. And I have chronic back problems as a result. So I'm just like, after you watch your kid fly off of a horse, like, a zillion times, it's really, really hard. And ask any doctor who has worked in urgent care in an emergency, and that is one of the top things they will say is horses. Horses and trampolines, man. They're like, nope. Ask any ER doctor what they will not allow their kids to have, horses and trampolines. In the comments, emergency room doctors, back me up on this.
Yeah.
Super dangerous.
I know, but I love riding horses so
Safer,
much.
like
I'm just
skydiving.
such a big animal person, you know? But how did we get on the topic of that?
What is this show about music?
Because you weren't good at anything
music
else.
Versus sports. So that's how I ended up in music. Was I was really active in my music department in high school, and then I also sang in like this very like a higher level youth choir outside of my school. That was a really big important part of my life from 4th or 5th grade all the way through high school, and we went on tours in like different countries and sang many concerts throughout the year in the community. And the director of that choir was a real mentor and like father figure to me. I mean, I have a father, but he was like the second father figure to me.
Fatherless? Just kidding.
No, that would be you. But kind of, sort of, not really. But anyway, yeah. And so that really inspired me to want to go into music. And just because I know it's that time of the year where people are getting their college acceptances and rejections, my number one top school is where my mentor went to school. I really wanted to go there, St. Olaf College in Minnesota, which it's not just a joke on the Golden Girls. Like St. Olaf College really is a school in Minnesota. It's a very good small private school, and they have an amazing music program. And that's where my mentor went, and I really wanted to go there, and I did not get in. And I remember being so upset and disappointed and feeling like, oh my God, like, where am I going to go? I have to go to my backup choices, and I don't even want to go there. And I only applied to 3 schools because I really didn't have the grades to apply to a lot of schools. And I got into my 2 backup schools because of my music abilities, not because of my grades, clearly. But I chose the one that was farthest away from Minnesota, so I could get the hell out of Minnesota.
And
no offense, Minnesota. And I had a great time in college, and I'm so glad that I went, and I had amazing experiences. I went to a really small conservatory called Westminster Choir College in Princeton, and during my years there, I sang on stage with the New York Philharmonic and the Philadelphia Orchestra and the New Jersey Symphony, like, multiple times. I sang with Pavarotti, I sang with Riccardo Muti, I sang with Carol Vaness, I sang with, just amazing, the list of performers that I got to be on stage with. So cool. So yeah, I don't regret that experience at all. Even though I'm not like working in classical music, yeah. I'm really glad that I had that. It'll be hard. It's hard to top those experiences. Yeah. Yeah.
And then there's me who didn't go to
college. And then there's you, my uneducated. Do you ever? So you feel at this point you probably
maybe I will go to college.
Yeah. I mean, they're always there, and as I said to her a long time ago, I'm like pretty sure they will always be happy to take your tuition money. No matter how old you are, people go back to college later in life all the time, and you're still only 18.
Yeah, I'm never gonna rule off going into college and be like, never. I think that's really stupid because I can always learn more, and I like being educated. And even if I'm not in college, doesn't mean that I don't read. I don't try to educate myself on things that are going on.
She's constantly on like self-help journeys. I'm a big
self-help person.
Reading and
yeah.
Yeah. But I could definitely see you at a conservatory setting. I think you would really love it.
That.
Yeah. So if there are any conservatories that want to offer her a scholarship.
Just kidding. Not really.
But not actually. We're not kidding. If you want to, let us know. But But two of her two besties from high school are at Berkeley and Boston, and
I don't know if this might be really niche, but it's gone kind of popular online. It's like the Berkeley College dorm jams.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, my friend Allegra plays the mandolin in a lot of those. And my trio from high school, they both go to Berkeley College of Music in Boston, and they're doing great. And I got to visit them recently when I went on tour for doing music. And it's like, look at this fucking overlap. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she was in Boston and did a show, and she got to go to their dorm. And
exactly. So it was great.
Yeah, I could totally see you at a school like that. Or like, where does Sam go? Is he in school?
Sam is in Texas. He's my old bandmate.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's not studying music, though?
No, he's studying music.
Oh, he is? Yeah. Oh, that's great. Oh, that's so cool.
So, yeah.
Wow. Well, good luck with that struggle. I'm just kidding.
That struggle.
But back to music, which is what this episode was kind of about. It's doing anything in the arts is never easy unless you come from like music royalty or acting royalty or whatever.
And even then, in your own mind, it might not be easy. You know what I mean?
It's definitely easier for those people. And I have no animosity toward that. Like, wish my parents were famous actors. I mean, that's just the luck of the draw. Everybody gets a different set of playing cards in this world, right? And you can't be like, woe is me. My parents weren't famous or rich. But sorry, I wasn't more famous for you. But
and sometimes people will be like, you're a Nepo baby. And I'm like, why? Because my mom is like a working actor. Like, you know what I mean?
You're not a Nepo baby. And if anything, I get accused is if your parents like hand it to you, right? Like, I get accused all the time of trying to ride your coattails, which is like, okay. And like, there have even people who've commented on this podcast, and it's like, look, I have been in this career for over 28 years, long before Aubrey was ever even a thought. Okay. So to say that I'm like riding her coattails, if I were riding her coattails, like, I don't know, I feel like I would have done better by now, but it's not like, even if I wanted to try to ride her coattails,
like, you live through me?
Well,
or gain success from me?
What would you have been able to do for me? Like, look how hard you've had to work for your own career
Yeah.
let alone be able to help me. She can't help me. Like, that's
Like,
ridiculous.
I don't have connections for her to go
No.
like book a job in the.
She barely has connections for herself. So it's like,
Yeah, people assume
people need to just shut the fuck up.
many
Like, that is
things.
it's so rude to just assume that kind of stuff. It's like, look, like, we are both working actors. We both work really hard to get what we have. And like, I've been busting my ass in this career for over almost 29 years. And like, I still love it. Like, every once in a while you get to a point where like, oh my God, this is so hard. Like, why am I still trying to do this? And it's so difficult. And, you know, like, you get some momentum and then you get shot down somewhere else. Like, bad things happen and whatever. And there have been many times throughout these years that I've questioned, like, ugh, okay, maybe it's time to just give it up. But then I always think, like, well, what the hell else would I do? One, I have no other skills. Two, that's not
Which
totally
people
true.
might be like, well, then you're just fucking dumb. But it's like,
Sorry.
it's one of those things where like people, you know what I mean? People who are in the entertainment industry are probably, you know what I mean? People don't think of this as a legit job.
Well, or people think like, well, if you haven't made it in 28 years, it's probably because you're not any good. And it's like, that is just not the case. Like, there are so many talented people who don't have like famous parents, or don't have a ton of money to market themselves, or don't have like the leisure time to just like spend all day, every day, like
also, I think people
going to classes and meeting casting directors.
I think people think that being famous means you're successful, but it is not. There are so many people in the industry who you have never seen in your goddamn life who are making just as much money as the famous people that you are seeing online.
Oh, totally.
It has nothing to do with fame, and yeah.
No, I mean,
so if you're seeing that person, you're like, I don't know who the fuck that is. They could be making just as much money. Like, trust.
Yeah.
Don't ever, like, you know what I mean?
Don't make assumptions just because, like, oh, I've never heard of that person, that they're not doing well. You have no idea. And there are people, too, like, I mean, honestly, like, I was in a play a while ago, like a few years ago, and like a younger person who was in the cast said something like, oh, I would never want to do commercials. And I'm like, really? Because commercials pay my mortgage? Like, I don't like, I get, if you don't want to do that, that's fine. That's your business. But to kind of poo-poo it as like it's beneath you or something, like, this is a job just like anything else. And we work at it. I mean, like, you would not believe the amount of hours I spend sitting at my computer as part of an artist, like where you're sending emails, you're responding to emails, you're reading scripts, you're attending a class, you're checking on your freaking residuals and your financial situation. Like, there's so many, just like any business, there are lots of moving pieces that you have to keep on top of. You have to keep all your profiles updated. You have to keep your social medias updated. You have to, like, all of those things are really time consuming and have nothing to do with the actual craft of acting. So at the end of the day, like, how much time do you have? Like, as actors, we're hardly ever actually acting. That is a small part of what we do in this business.
Yeah.
A lot of it is marketing and being ready for the opportunities when they arise. So, yeah, I mean, just hopefully that like dispels some of the myths, because I think there's so much negativity toward not just famous people, but people in the industry, where people think like, oh, they've got it so easy. They're all like, they just like don't do anything, or they don't work hard, or
which is just not.
It's not true
at all.
It's a really difficult
people don't get handed
career
shit on
road.
a platter a lot of the times. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's
most of us do not.
Even if you do have the funds for marketing and things like that, you know what? Things like touring that people think are so glamorous are not. When it comes to music, you're taking showers in random ass venues. You're sleeping on a bus while
musicians especially. Yeah,
especially people in bands, things like that. It's not.
Yeah,
I mean, it can be. It's fun, but it's not as glamorous as a lot of people think, especially for more niche and indie artists.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And same with like, I mean, it just depends. Like, it's all like what budgets are for like how big of a project you get involved in as a musician or as an actor, or, you know, and like obviously the bigger up that you get, then like the more money they have, and it does get more like posh. But when you see like these huge stars who just have like gifts thrown at them and things, and like private jets and amazing dressing rooms and stuff like that, that is not the majority of people in this business. Like, we all aspire to that, like if we're so lucky, but most of us are working performers, working actors, working musicians.
I mean, shit, like my boyfriend's a dancer. You guys saw him on one of the previous episodes.
Possibly. He shaved his beard.
He did shave his beard. He was telling me how much the backup dancers make for some of like the really big national tours. that have labels attached to them and agents attached to them, and it's like maybe like $1,000, like less than $1,000 a week.
Yeah, and they're probably sharing hotel rooms.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Yeah. So it's not like. Yeah, I mean that is the majority of people in this business. People who are working really hard and sharing hotel rooms.
Labels they don't take a lot of your money, but it is like you're paying back the label for all these things and the marketing that you've been doing. You have to make it back, essentially, is the goal. Yeah.
So I mean, I think our point is that like if you didn't really love it, like why would you put up with all this shit? But that's the thing. Like if you have a calling for it, like I was saying before, like I felt like there was nothing else I could do. But also at the end of the day, I'm like, there's nothing else I really want to do. Yeah. I think about other careers, like, oh, I could do this or I could do that. And I'm like, ugh, I don't want to do that. Yeah, you know? And like this is the only, like being on stage and performing, it's just what I've done since I was a kid, like as a musician and then later as an actor and comedian. That's just what I really love, and I feel like I'm good at it. And it's like I mean, it sounds cheesy to say it's like my calling, but
no, like
that's what feels natural to me. You know, it's what feels like I'm supposed to be doing. You know.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like many artists want to give up because it doesn't seem like it's working, or they can't get that much of an audience. But you could even just change one person's life. You know what I mean? From a song you've written, or an essay that you've written, or a book that you've made. If it will have an effect on at least someone. You will make an impact even if it's just to one person. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to reach people on this big global scale to be important.
Yeah. And that's in anything you do. Anything that you do, even if you like just work in an office or you're a teacher or you're like whatever. I mean like
think about like a coffee shop employee who you see every day, maybe like they maybe make your day, or you know what I mean, things like that.
This is turning so like
I know.
And this is self-help with Aubrey and Amy.
It's true,
but it is true. It's true.
Stuff, and they need to hear this type of stuff.
Yeah.
Your work.
You matter.
If your work has been seen by anyone at all, or if it's been published, it's important to the world, and the world needs it. Yeah, that's what I think.
And that's what she thinks.
Don't let being niche stop you. In fact, be a niche content creator.
That's right.
Be a niche little
we need more niches.
Artist. Yes. Be a niche baddie.
All right. Well, I mean, we're pretty much done. That's it. That's our hour.
I shall let you guys know how Coachella was.
Yeah. If you have, I guess this isn't gonna post after you're back. I was gonna say if you have any tips and stuff for you, but for Coachella, but I think you're getting pretty set. Like you've looked up a lot of stuff and your friend's already gone, so you're good.
Yeah.
Aubrey will tell us how it goes later, and yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much it, you guys. Thank you so much for your support. Thanks for watching. Please consider joining our Patreon if you want. We're going to be posting more fun content there. We have not made back the amount of money that we paid for our cameras or that we pay to our editor every week.
No, we have not.
Yes, we are currently in the hole, and we're not begging you for money, but if you really felt like throwing a couple dollars our way, we would totally appreciate it because these microphones are not cheap. Yeah, I mean, thanks for your support. It really means a lot to us. And we hope that we see you online, like in our comments and all that fun stuff.
We appreciate you.
Share this amazing podcast with everyone you know.
Everyone. Okay. I'm Aubrey.
And I'm Amy. And you've been watching Let's Discuss.
Goodbye. You've been listening to Let's Discuss with Aubrey and Amy.
Edited by the amazing Andrew Adame.
And special thanks to Eric Demchik for his technical help.
Let's Discuss was recorded on our couch at home in sunny Los Angeles.
Follow us on Instagram at Aubrey Amy Let's Discuss.
See you next time.